winter stays cool. True west one, and I return to you.
In 2010, Piedmont Land Conservancy celebrates 20 years of working to protect natural places throughout the Piedmont of North Carolina. During that time, your local land trust has had great success in conserving more than 18,000 acres across 9 North Carolina counties.
Piedmont Land Conservancy was formed in 1990 by a group of local citizens who were concerned with the rapid pace of development and the loss of some of the region's most special places. And they formed the organization as a very small nonprofit which has grown over time. And today we've protected nearly 20,000 acres during those 20 years. Piedmont Land Conservancy protects important lands in the Piedmont that help conserve our farmland, our wildlife habitat, our rivers and streams, and our natural and scenic areas that make the region a special place to live and work and visit for current and future generations. Simply put, we protect the nature of the Piedmont. Piedmont Land Conservancy works in a 9-county footprint, including Alamance, Caswell, Guilford, Forsyth, Randolph, Rockingham, Stokes, Surry, and Yadkin counties, with a population of approximately 1.5 million people.
Despite the success that PLC has enjoyed over our time serving the Piedmont, many of our natural areas are still in danger. North Carolina's population is projected to grow by 50% in the next 25 years, adding nearly 4 million new neighbors to the Old North State by 2035. In the face of this increased development pressure, we have a very short window of opportunity to shape the Piedmont's quality of life for the better. Land conservation is vital to ensuring that our children and grandchildren, along with newcomers to the area, will experience a region and a quality of life as rich as the one with which we have been blessed.
My name is Guy Troy, and my land has been in the family for about 180 years. My great-grandfather is the one who put it together, and he left it to one of his sons. It was my grandfather. My grandfather left it to my sister and I.
Piedmont Land Conservancy's focus on farmland preservation has made it possible for dozens of local working farms to stay in the family and continue a heritage that has helped to establish this state while providing fresh, local meats, fruits, and vegetables to our community.
My name is Steve Tate, and we here at Goat Lady Dairy are, presently it's my wife Lee and my sons Nate and Gareth, and the farm was started in 1984 by my sister Jenny, who was the goat lady. My family and I would visit her in the summers. In the upper Midwest, we were very involved in land stewardship there as urban consumers, and we were members of a community-supported agriculture farm where we knew our farmer, and we loved that direct relationship. So we started out being on that end of it, and so when Jenny was gradually restoring this farm, and we visited her in the summers, we said, maybe the best way for us to be active, really active stewards of the environment is not just to try to save the planet, but to actually save a piece of the planet and join that effort with the larger effort of land stewardship and environmental protection.
You don't know how heavy vegetables are till you take them uphill.
Piedmont Land Conservancy protects farmland because our region was settled on an agricultural basis, and we need to protect our farmland now in order to respect that heritage and also to protect our safe supply of local food and produce that make us one of the best regions in the world to live.
Farming in the future will most certainly look different than it does today, but one thing is certain. Our treasured local farms cannot survive without adequate supplies of agricultural land.
The important connection that there is between conserving and preserving farmland in any region, in any area, and a supply of local food is really pretty obvious. People are concerned about where their food comes from. They want to know how that food was produced. They want to know if the food has been, and the soil has been kept safe from toxic chemicals, and they want to know that the farm workers that have produced that food have not been taken advantage of or abused, which isn't true of a lot of food Well, how are you going to do that? The only way you're going to do that is to have a relationship with your food producers. And it's pretty hard to have a relationship with a food producer that's 1,400 miles away, which is the average distance that most food travels. So if you want to have food in your locality, you have to have farmland.
PLC has partnered with numerous landowners to protect clean-flowing streams and rivers, ensuring a safer, cleaner supply of drinking water for our region. Our efforts have helped create the newly formed Mayo River State Park, which makes the paddling paradise of the northern Piedmont accessible and protected for the future. Other local waterways have also been protected by our efforts. Piedmont Land Conservancy has been involved with the creation of the Hall River State Park, and in Surry County, we've protected nearly 8,000 acres in the Mitchell River watershed, one of North Carolina's cleanest flowing streams.
Sink into the clay.
In town, the Piedmont Regional Greenway is a project headed by PLC that will ultimately link the cities of Greensboro and Winston-Salem. It will provide a safe recreational opportunity for thousands and enhance the region for years to come.
The need for trails and recreational opportunities for Greensboro is tremendous in my opinion. It brings out such a diverse category of people to our parks, and it sometimes, in my opinion, hard to equate what that's worth to our city. I can't tell you how many people, whenever we talk to them about our greenways, get really excited, especially new people from out of town. But then when we tell people who've lived here all their lives, yeah, you know, there are plans to connect Greensboro to Winston via greenways and things of that nature. It's like lights go off in their head, they get super excited, and it's fun to see that kind of thing.
Landowners seek out PLC for many reasons, but ultimately they want to leave a bit of what they have come to love for future generations to enjoy. They want their farms to remain as farmland. They want to leave a better tomorrow.
They're not making land anymore. This is the land that has to produce food, fiber for our living. And so it's so important, I think, to keep our land from becoming asphalt highway. I'm not a dyed-in-the-wool environmentalist. I'm a conservationist. And I think by maintaining our land, we maintain conservation for our country, which will keep it a healthy country.
It is not just landowners with hundreds of acres that make the success of Piedmont Land Conservancy possible. Supporters who contribute financially have an important stake in the land protection projects that mean so much to our community and its future.
Price Park is one of Piedmont Land Conservancy's most popular projects. It's here in Greensboro, 90 acres that was previously owned by the Jefferson Pilot Corporation, and PLC, with the help of several local philanthropists, bought the property and conveyed it over to the city so that it could be used for the public. And today, Greensboro's most popular library is here. It's an environmentally themed library, and there are hiking trails for the kids to come out and walk through the woods. There are open fields to come out and explore nature, and it's a true jewel for the park system of the city of Greensboro.
With your help, PLC's first 20 years will be just the beginning of a much longer story of local land conservation. Our hope is to leave behind a vibrant region with clean, abundant water supplies, parks and greenways that promote health and outdoor activity, and a thriving agricultural heritage that provides our community with fresh local foods. And future generations will thank you.
For us, it's a no-brainer. For us, the risks are very small. So I would think any farmer who has any interest in seeing farming continue on the land that they've worked so hard on should really think seriously about a conservation easement, and in our area, the people to work with are Piedmont Land Conservancy.
As I mentioned earlier, I want to make sure that, as I say, I inherited the land. It's been in the family for, as I say, almost 180 years, and I want to make sure that that land is passed on to the family. You get kind of passionate about family land. I think most people do. It's what holds the world together, and so that's why I hope that my legacy will be the land. Don't have much money to leave, but we've got lots of land to leave.
is gonna sing this song for me. Whoa.